What's the point of you quitting doom scrolling and video games when you don't even know where to put your time? So how do we find our goal, our passion, our interest, what brings us meaning and fulfillment? If you genuinely want to find something that you're interested and passionate about, first what you have to do is to remove unnecessary stimulus. And this is the hardest part. If you refuse to do this, then it's gonna take you forever to find what you want to do and what you're genuinely interested in. Unnecessary stimulus is things that bring you that dopamine that you don't find purposeful. Let's think about this. Where are you planning to go getting so good at CSGO and Valorant and League of Legends? After you get the 25k Premier in CS, what do you plan to do with that? Let's be realistic here. What will you think of, right? Your friends respect you for it because you're good at clicking imaginary hits on your screen. It sounds like I'm trying to downplay it, but realistically, let's consider this. What else brings you unnecessary stimulus? Doom scrolling. You don't even remember the last 5 reels or TikTok videos you've been through, but sometimes we occasionally find something really inspiring and nice and wholesome and funny and racist jokes that are absolutely hilarious. It adds to our personality and our sense of humor, I guess. But let's be honest here with ourselves for like one day. Let's just sit and think about it. Where are we planning to go, spending all that time on this unnecessary stimulus? Does it even feel good to be familiar with TikTok videos and YouTube shorts and trendy things and being good at CS2 and Valorant? I think if you're watching a video like this, you can admit this, right? We are both somebody who wants to be special and unique and sophisticated and do something with our lives and prove some people wrong. You know, all these childish intentions and tendencies. And we want to be great. We want to do our families proud, and because we have such easy access to this incessant and almost pointless stimulant in our daily lives, we don't have the time to go and consider what we actually enjoy, because those things are just dog shit in stimulus for our brains compared to video games and doom scrolling and porn. Even though they feel so much more meaningful and fulfilling to us, it's just not as fun to do them. The immediate rewards we get from things that we feel genuinely purposeful doing is so little compared to video games and doom scrolling. We get the reward almost instantly and the risk is minimal to none. Whereas when we throw ourselves out there, make the sacrifice with our time and effort and capacity into things that we find purposeful and meaningful, the rewards are so rare, but they are so real, and the risk is so much more, and they are so real. Passion isn't something that we find. Passion requires sacrifice, commitment, even when you don't feel like it. When we love something, genuinely love something, beyond infatuation, it probably means that we have discovered things we don't like about that thing or that endeavor, but we still keep doing it anyway because we found a love for it. We've taken the things we don't like and the things we like, and it blended into our personality so nicely, and it enhances our life in so many ways, and we feel like it's such a beautiful experience and it's such a beautiful thing to pursue that it becomes our passion. It becomes what drives us, what our goal is going to be focused on. We're not going to like everything about something we love, and it's not always going to feel amazing doing. It's something we're going to feel like we're connected to. It's part of us, and we're going to keep wanting to do that thing. And when you add these incessant, instant dopamine sources that you honestly feel not that great after doing, it's just too distracting, because all you can think about when things get hard in your passion and the things you care about is, maybe I should take a break and get some instant reward from the games and doom scrolling. And that wastes your time and mental capacity, makes you feel terrible about yourself, feel like going absolutely nowhere. It wasn't even that fun. You're just trying to fill up the time because you're too afraid to go and confront the thing you genuinely want to do. Because again, the rewards take too long and the risks are too real. If you find that your interest keeps changing, it's probably because you expect the rewards to be faster. When you first get into something, when you first develop an interest for something, it's because the rewards you receive from that interest are so quick. Like, let's say you first start to learn piano, learning to sight read the first octave on your right hand. It's so easy, so quick. Every day you learn something new. Your fingers move faster. You learn all the grade 1 easy pop pieces so easily. The most basic chords flow perfectly. You're learning new things every day, and the reward is insane. Like, you're learning so quickly and you're getting better so fast. It feels like you're built for this shit. But then after a while, it tapers off. it gets harder to learn the second octave. It gets harder to read all the chords in synchronization with the right hand. And then soon you learn even harder pieces where, the notes are not even on the fucking bars anymore. Now you have to memorize different keys, and now you have to think about all these funny different chords and distinguished chords and integrated chords. I don't even know what they're called. Then the reward, the amount you learn for the time you put in feels less stimulating, feels less rewarding. Even though you're spending so much time on it, it's getting harder and harder. So what you need to do, if you find piano super interesting, super meaningful, purposeful, beautiful, and you want to pursue it to a greater length, what you would do is you won't let yourself get distracted by instant dopamine sources. You would start to think about your environment. How can I prime myself to really appreciate the rewards of my piano playing? First, what we would do is we would find people that are interested in piano, and they would appreciate us, and they would give us the opportunity to perform in front of them, and they would praise us for our efforts, and wow, they notice specific things that you've picked up, and then that's rewarding. Now you got rewards faster. You're going to find more opportunities to perform in front of other people. Maybe you artistically go to public pianos to play, and you feel amazing when people stare at you. Maybe you start to try to make piano more interesting, more rewarding by tracking your performance, setting up goals. I'm going to learn this piece by next week or next month. I'm going to sign up to perform here. I'm going to save up to buy a new piano so the experience is even more cooler. I'm going to let piano become a part of me. I'm going to run errands around music, join clubs, join lessons, find a community, publish my work online, so that the rewards I get from practicing piano are faster, feel better, and things grow. Prime yourself to receive rewards from the interests you have, and then remove all the unnecessary dopamine. Easier said than done. I'm struggling with this like crazy. Without dopamine detoxing and staying away from all the incessant dopamine sources that you don't find purposeful, right? You'll be less willing to be curious since you're still receiving rewards from those dopamine sources. And you're going to be even more less willing to commit some time to actually thinking about what you're actually interested in and then investing that time there. And it's just going to take you so much longer to find out what you're interested in than if you just put everything aside and just make it a habit to do all these pointlessly stimulating things less, so that you can spend your days being curious, being interested, speaking to people, trying things out, and then because you're so bored, you can actually sacrifice some of your time to go and pursue things that you're actually interested in. Fundamentally, if you want to be curious and find your interest, then you have to be bored as fuck. That will help you a lot. If you feel bored as fuck, then you know you're ready and you know you're going to start finding something to be interested in. Unless you hop straight back into your incessant dopamine sources. The rewards that come from things we genuinely love gets harder and harder to get. If we play a game, we can die 500 times and it'll be fine. We'll just respawn and get the appropriate results from the next life. We already have the focus and determination to do things, alright? We can easily play 10 hours a day of video games if we wanted to, and we'll be fine doing it. We'll be motivated to do it. But you don't find it purposeful, and that's why you're not going to do it. Our brains are misguided by the little risk and the instantaneous sufficient rewards that games and doom scrolling brings us. And everybody will say that you can do them in moderation, which you can. But if you're so distracted and you're really struggling to find your interest, then wouldn't it be better and faster for you to find your interest if you would just stop doing all these not purposeful, stimulating things? Sure, it's fine in being in moderation, but you're not okay with being fine, are you? You want to find something interesting. You want to be special. You want to feel purposeful and wake up with meaning. You are not okay with being fine. So why would you do what a fine person tells you to do? You know if you need it, right? Quit all this stuff, be curious, and just actually try to make your life more purposeful and meaningful. Nobody else can do it for you. And most people will tell you you're autistic and wrong for doing that because life is about balance. And do you think a happy person goes about their life autistically finding the perfect balance between everything they do? There's great beauty and great fun in fully diving into something you're interested in putting away things that don't make you feel purposeful, in making sacrifices, in chasing something wholeheartedly. Those are amazing things, and arguably they feel much better than a perfectly balanced life. So really think about what you want to do. You don't even need to tell anybody about it. Just do what you find to be important. I love you. Good luck. It's a better world.